That's very problematic. And we can't kill them because they just come back onto the field. And you see how they're getting the draw every time. This is a horrible matchup for a lot of decks, let alone this deck. What's up, YouTube fam? Tommy Corvette here with you, Utterly Average Gamer channel. Continuing on with our budget-friendly MTGA decks. If you were with us for episode 1, we did a Selesnya life gain deck, went 11-4. Turned out pretty good. Today we're going to work on a Mono Red Aggro Burn, no rares, no mythics. Mostly creatures. These are all 1-drops except for the Electrostatic Infantry. This one's nice because every time we put out a sorcery or instant, we get a 1/1 counter. We do have some burns that we can use on creatures or to the face. 3 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, and a potential scry. I've got Strangle in here. It does 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That can help us potentially control some things. Light up the stage for some card draw. Maximum velocity. I'm hoping that maybe will give us the haste for our Electrostatic Infantry or maybe our Voldaren Epicure because they do not have haste on their own. So we'll see how that works. And then we have an Enchantment Saga here. Kumana faces Kakkazan. 1 damage to the face, a +1/1 counter, and then it turns into a 2/2. 19 lands. Don't know how this one's going to go. I don't play a lot of mono red. It's just not really my thing. But we are going to try out all kinds of decks throughout this series. And the key thing is that most of them are not going to have any rare wild cards in them. So it's a great base to start with. It's a way to find out whether it's a type of deck that you like to play before you go burning off all those wild cards on stuff that you find out later you really don't like that kind of a deck. So let's just go ahead and jump right in and get to it. All right, looks like our first one is Angwell. Maybe that's like angel with a W, Angwell. Okay, so this is, I was a little concerned about the fewer lands, but our drops are so cheap. We might be able to make this work. I don't know. Let's find out. One way or the other, it'll tell us something, so that's good. Okay, Soul Warden. We're definitely looking for a burn spell for that. Life gain decks are problematic. Typically, one, because if they work with triggers, they set up counters, especially, yep, white-green. So there's a number of ways that this could go. This could have a couple of different creatures that pump. It could have angels with it. It could be one of the squirrel decks, which if you've played any of the squirrel decks, you know that, you know, those suck. But let's see what we got here. Couple of triggers. We don't really have let's put this down and maybe we can get a burn spell coming back to us later. Who knows? Not a problem with the land so far, so that's good. Okay. So I'm assuming we're going to have some kind of maybe a squirrel coming out here in a few minutes. And that's going to trigger. That's going to put counters. This is just bad. We need some of those burn spells, you know? This does nothing but screw us. So maybe we have too many creatures and not enough burn spells. Maybe that's a downfall of this deck, you know? He's just going to pump the 1. For now, anyway. You know, I'm going to get rid of this Ronin, because every time I throw it down, it's just not going to be any good. Alright, let's keep this back. He's gonna... Okay, now, watch this. Let's see if we have that sorcery spell that's gonna go dig out some more folks. Or, he's got that squirrel. Squirrel! Well... if he's got it, which collected company is what I was thinking might come out. I was going to say we're pretty cooked, but if he had collected company, I would assume he would have played it to have saved that Soul Warden. This really isn't doing us a lot of good here, is it? Because now we don't have anything that can deal with the Soul Warden. We might as well throw it out there. We can chump block it. But we're just going to run through everything, and he just keeps getting more and more life. So this is a very poor matchup for us at the moment. But we like to try and play through everything, because then you know what you're looking at. Some decks are just better built against other decks. And especially when you're playing a deck that doesn't have any rares or mythics in it. You know, you're going to be... What is it that he's looking for? It's interesting. I mean, we're not finding anything that we need. So we might as well ditch this. See what we can draw out of here. Okay. That's going to pump him again, but at least we can maybe do a little more damage. And we'll put this up here. You know, I suppose we could go in with everything. I'm curious if he has some kind of board removal that if we attack with everything, we're just going to get them all exiled. Well, no guts, no glory. Let's do it. Why not? Settle the wreckage. Let's see it. It's something you don't see a lot, but when someone has it, it's devastating. He wouldn't be blocking, though. I don't know that there's really much of a reason. And that was kind of futile, because he could just keep it up and get a whole bunch more. So does he have it? Is it squirrel? Oh, so this is the new squirrel. Oh, look at this. So the squirrel comes out with a 1/1 squirrel token, and every time it comes up and it makes more, but this is coming out with 4 4s. Wow. I haven't seen this yet. I run Selesnya Life Gain Squirrel deck. I think it's Platinum 1. I don't play ranked a lot, but I usually try and stay up in Platinum just to get some of the free packs. That's another thing too, if you want to get free stuff from Magic, you know, play in some of the ranked, even if you don't make it up very far. Just play as much as you can, because you get free stuff. So, well, that was horrible for us, but that's the first one down. Maybe we can do better on the next one. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Senior Volch. Let's see what Senior Volch has. You know, this might not be bad. Maybe we can get out. We go second, which if you're mono red, you really, well, if you're any deck, you really want to go first, because there just is an inherent advantage. But, huh. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. We haven't seen that the Colossus hammer 10-10. You know, it takes 8 to equip, but there are plenty of cards in Magic that will allow you to equip to certain things for a very cheap price. So we're going to need to get after this quick, because if he drops the right one, maybe with double strike, and then equips it, we're just cooked. Now sometimes they don't find the creature to put any of this on, and that becomes problematic. So we want to make sure we keep up some burn spells. That would be good. Maybe if we can get another burn spell other than just the one. Okay. Let's put this out here. Go in and smack in the face. We might as well put this under. Okay. Well, if we've got a creature coming out and we can equip any of this stuff, we're pretty cooked. There's the scoop. He didn't have it. Okay. Winning.
I'm winning.
All right, here we go with round 3, Nobu. Let's see what Nobu has in store for us. Oh, we get to go first. That's always fun. Okay, well, let's get Kumana out there first. Do one to the face. Maybe get a little bit of pump to one of these. We have a couple of burn spells, so when Luris drops something like that, you know, we can get rid of it, which is always nice. Boom, get rid of that, and go into the face. Alright, let's see what we got coming up next. Okay, we definitely want to get rid of that. We're going to transform. We're going to do one of these. Let's put this out here and go straight in. We'll keep this instant up just in case something comes up. Maybe we want to get rid of it. Dead weight. Okay. Okay. Yep. Well, I really want to keep a burn spell up in case they have something that comes in. Alright. Sucks to lose our creatures, but it is what it is. Well, he wanted a card draw. He's looking for another creature to get out because he's got these enchantment auras. These aura decks, you have to have something to tie it to. And see, we only have 19 lands, but man, we're drawing a lot of land on here. I know some people I've seen, you know, they'll run as many as 22 lands on these, and it's just like, man, you can't do that. Because it's just too much. Let's bring this up here. And we'll let that go. That Luris comes out, it's really problematic for us, so we want to get rid of it right away. That's okay. We definitely need to get rid of that. That gets rid of us. Now we really need another burn, but this will be okay too. We get to pump that by 1. Better than not pumping it at all. And then we're going to make this into a 2/2. So now this one's problematic because they're going to pump that fast and we're not going to be able to deal with it. And such is the aura decks. But you look, you know, we have a rare. We look into the deck, there's a rare. So when we start going up against these, it's just what we run into. We better get some card draw here, I guess. 2, huh? Well, we can definitely take one of these cats out. Let's go ahead and attack. Just gonna go ahead and sacrifice things, so... Okay. Now, if they pump these up high enough, and now you have vigilance, so they can attack and defend, that's very problematic. And we can't kill them because they just come back onto the field. And you see how they're getting the draw every time. This is a horrible matchup for a lot of decks, let alone this deck. But that's okay. You know, maybe we find something cool. I'm not sure what that is. So if we cast this, 3 damage, that pumps this to a 5/6. This Core Spirit could block, neither one of us die. That blocks this, kills it. That blocks this, nothing happens. We get through for 3, but that's it. We're almost better off, I think, just trying to go 3 to the face and hope we get another 3 burn spell at some point. Or we could try to kill this off and see what happens. I think we're going to go with 3 to the face and kick back. There's going to be a lot. Oh, see now, I mean, that's just crazy. I'm not going to give anything up because you're not actually taking me out. So, any chance? Well, flying over top, that doesn't really help us. Let's get rid of it. See if we can pull one in. Come on, 3 burn. Land. Man, I thought we had taken care of that, you know? Well, we need to keep this in case we need a discard to draw another card. Alright. This is probably it for us. Yeah, see, they just draw way too many cards. It was a valiant effort, but just can't keep up with it. But you can see how a few cards, a few cards within rares, mythics, you get a couple of things that, you know, maybe fly over the top or do just a little bit more damage in the beginning, maybe do a little bit more pump. It's not like we're far off, we're just getting stalled as they get further and further. And they're drawing so many cards. I mean, what are we supposed to do with that? It just keeps going and going and going and going. The only thing that this thing could do is potentially mill itself out if we had a mill deck or something. And now it's going to fly over top of us and we're dead. So we'll just good game them. You know. And they're running all kinds of crazy stuff in here. And we're not. So that's cool. Alright, we take the loss. 1 win, 2 losses. But we'll see what happens on the next one. Well, so far our only win has been from a scoop. It would be nice if we could actually earn a win. Maybe we can do that here. Let's see what we can get out here. If you haven't seen Reinforced Ronin, this one goes out as a 1-drop. It's got haste. It's a 2/2. Goes to the face, but then it returns to your hand. So there's 2 ways to think about that. One, you have to spend the 1 mana every time to throw it out there, but they have to have individual removal. Because it's going back into your hand, it's harder to get it caught in a board wipe. So there's a plus and a minus to that. But we're going to go ahead and just get out here. We're trying to get to the face as quickly as possible. So let's see what happens. Okay. Let's go to the face with one. It's got some kind of a burn spell waiting for me to bring that Ronin out. Absolutely. But let's make him use it, you know? If it's in his hand, it can go to our face, so better to our creature than to our face. There it is. Okay. Somewhat of a mirror match. Mono red, mono red. Now he's just waiting for me to come out with things. Let's see if he's got a 3 or if he has to use 2 reds. Now we're going to lose this counter even if it lives, because it's going to go back into our hand. But get him to use some spells up. Never a bad thing. Yep, there's the 3. Let's go ahead and scry, do some damage to the face. Don't really need that. So that scrying comes in handy, especially when we start to run into a mana flood. We don't really want that. That's got haste, but that's going to go back into his hand. Same thing that we have, but he's got to spend 3 to do it. Alright, let's see what we got. Another Ronin, so this would be 2-4. He's doing 4 per as well. We're a little bit ahead. Let's put this out and end the turn. See what we got. If he comes in with anything else big, we might be cooked. Now see, this is a great card we could use, but it's a rare. That's why we don't have it in the deck specifically, but definitely something you could put into this deck as a 3-drop. You might want to have a few more lands with that, but you'll definitely get some ideas of things that you could use here. It'd be nice to see what else he might have coming out here. Burn spell. Get rid of Kumana. That would be par for the course right now. You know, I like to do these videos where I show you even the losses, because you can see how certain cards work, how certain cards don't work. Because if you're trying to make a decision of what to run in your deck, it's just nice to know by seeing somebody else take care of something. We're going to throw this out here. We may end up doing okay here. So this is going to do 2 to the face. We could pump this up to a 2-3. We can't block with it, but if he tries to go with a single burn, then we could survive, which is nice. We could actually get a win here, maybe. If he kills the Kumano, we're cooked. If he goes after the Electrostatic Infantry, now he may go and kill this even though I go to the face. So let's try it, because that would be the perfect time to do it. Have that shock spell sitting in hand. There it is. Yep. But, you know, you got to try it. See, that's a 1. We have 2. That's a win. All right. Good game. There's 4. That's got haste. And we're going to swing in. Lethal. All right. Earned 1. Earned 1. So we're batting 500 with our Mono Red Aggro Burn. 2 and 2. We go first again. Well, let's see how this goes. Got another one of those Lurus decks. Who knows? There's a number of ways that that can come out. Ooh. Don't have anything that can do anything to that, which is a bit problematic. We want to put our Electrostatic Infantry out after Kumano, so maybe we just throw this out. And we could light up the stage. Make sure we have more opportunities for our mountain. But Selfless Savior, you know, giving another target indestructible. That's probably going to be another one. There's an Esper Sentinel, which is going to give them card draw anytime that we do anything crazy. We need to get rid of that Esper, but he can just sacrifice this, and then it becomes a wasted burn. So let's get this out here. And make him figure out whether he wants to block or not. I would love for him to block, but he's not going to. What would be nice is if we could get that Esper not pumped up any farther, which I don't think that's going to happen. And get a shock in here or something like that to where we can shock the Savior. He's got another land. He has to. Oh, no. Okay. Wow. I can't believe he left himself like that. Okay. Let's see if we can get him into spending it on the Esper. Nope. Okay. We're going to swing in. He's going to get card draw after this with that Core Spirit Dancer. I wish we had some more burn, because we could swing in to try to burn on the Core Dancer, but now we're not going to have enough to do both as a 3/5. That's the problem with that. If you can't get into it, if I would have targeted it last time, he would have just gotten rid of the Selfless Savior to go after it. So, okay. We're just going to have to do better. Let's go like this. Let's swing in with all of it. Okay. What has he got? He's got the Selfless Savior, indestructible. Sure. That's fine. But we did get the pump on the Electrostatic Infantry. That helped. Now what we really need is for him... I knew it. There it is. Life gain. That's 11. It's too much. We don't have enough. We're cooked. Yep. We'll give her the old college try here. And we'll swing in. He'll block. Get 9 more. And that's all we can do. So we'll good game him. We'll let him have the swing in. I'm not even going to block it. There's no reason to. But as you can see, these enchantment pumps, if you will, especially with the Core Spirit Dancer, Selfless Savior just makes it to where you can't kill him. Here comes another one, right? There's just nothing you can do about it with this type of a deck. Good game. All right, we're back at it. So we haven't been doing so well with our budget-friendly Mono Red, but hopefully this gives you a little bit of information as you go forward to find out what it is you like, what kind of decks you'd like to play. You know, there are some good things about this, and it's a good base to go from. If we had a little bit bigger creatures, maybe if we had just a little bit more ability to burn things. We'll go ahead and put this down, get the one pump, and we'll burn him off before he gets too big. But it gives you a base, and that's what any of these budget-friendly decks are going to do. It's just a base. So keep that in mind as you're looking at these. These aren't world killers. These aren't things that you're going to go up through ranked and own the world with, and they're not meant to be. It's meant to be a way of showing you, how you can think about starting a deck, not finishing it. Because one of the biggest things that I ran into when I first started playing was the fact that there were videos out there, and that's a scoop because he made a misplay. So there are people out there that put out videos, and you see them, and you think, man, I can just do that. I can do it all day long. And it's just not the truth. So I wanted to put out something that, really shows the good, the bad, the ugly. So like our first episode, I'm going to go ahead and run a few more with this deck, see if we can get some other wins. I do have a program that keeps track of our stats, so I'll be able to show you that at the end and show you how this deck did. So I'm going to run over and do that, and I will be back with you here in just a few minutes.
Just one more thing.
All right, so we're back for one final match. We've got Gary Oak sitting here with us. So since I left you, I ran a few more matches. This would be match 15, and I wanted to show you how things ended, and I wanted to show you on the up and up so you would know that it was legit. So we're going to go ahead and play this last one, and then I'll share the results with you, and we'll see how things went. Ran up against a couple of fun decks. A Mutate deck, which was pretty tough. But, it's all in all, it wasn't too bad. So we're just going to see if we can't finish this off here and get something good. White has been giving us a bad time. So this is white flyers. Yep. Okay. Okay. So let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's go like this. We want to get that out there. We really do want to kill one of these, but do we want to go face? Well, we don't want them getting their life back, and then that's problematic. He's not going to block because he wants that life gain. And he's probably got something with that being blue where he's going to pump up, all of his flyers or get a +1/1 or something like that. Empyrean Eagle will do that as well. Swings in for 2 damage plus gets 2 back. That's even worse for us. Alright, so we're going to run down the road here like so. Okay. He's a little bit hesitant to block because he thinks we have some burn spells, so maybe we can use... There's the favorable winds, +1/1. So now he's getting 3 back every time, plus doing 6 damage, and that's if he doesn't have anything else coming. So this is just a bad matchup for us. White has been really a bad matchup everywhere I've been playing so far. The ones that you saw earlier... the ones that I've played since. So, is what it is. What can we do here? We can get this out and press, because we can put this out And we can attach it to... Oh, not to the battery itself. We don't want to do that. Okay. Maybe... No? Okay. He's getting so much back. It doesn't matter. Ugh. Would have been nice to go out on a win here, but... You know, all in all, this hasn't been too bad. Oof. That's rough. 3, 6, 8 swinging in. Plus he's got 3 back, so that's 13. There's no way we can do 13 damage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I mean, 10 is doable, but... Okay. Yeah, buddy. Whatever. Let's give it a good run here. He'll block. Or not. Doesn't matter. Okay. That's a good game, but it's a good way to go out, so that's fine. We had him close, but no cigar. You know, that's maybe a deck we need to look at doing as well as some of these flyer decks. Now he's bringing a Hushbringer out, which really cooks you if you don't get to trigger abilities as a rare. But as you can see, even without that, he was doing good work to us. So maybe we'll put together a blue-white flyer and see if we can't get that to work as one of our other budget decks. So something to think of in the future. All right, so he's going to swing in for lethal. That'll be fine. No big deal. There's nothing we can draw. Well, we won't have the mana. Okay, so that's that. We went 9 and 6, 60% win rate. So not bad. Anytime you win more than you lose is not a bad thing. We did the red greens. We ran up against those 3 times. We got the win all 3 times. Mono red we went up against twice and got a win both times there. Split with a 4-color deck, but white green, white black, white blue black, just white. I mean, every time we ran into that, we got beat. So again, this is just something to give you an idea of what you could potentially do, and you know, hopefully you can get some good ideas and add some of your rares, some of your mythics as you get them. So I hope you enjoyed this budget deck. We're going to continue doing the budget deck series. So make sure you get back to us here, Utterly Average Gamer channel. I am Tommy Corvette. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Anything you want to do, anytime you interact with us, we do appreciate it. I hope you have yourself a good evening, and we'll see you soon.